Hey there, welcome back to the Secret Code to a Six-Figure Income Part 2. Without further ado, let's get on. Right, what is the secret code? That's where we left off last time. I could almost sum this up in a couple of sentences. It is what phase 6 people do that none of the other phases really understand. They spend time on areas that actually make money in their business. They also act like they've already achieved a 6 or 7 figure income long before they actually have. Now, I don't mean that they kind of bullshit their way through things, but they give a perceived value to what they do. They understand that they are going to reach something. They have a huge amount of self-belief. They walk and talk like that is their destiny. Now, let me put this another way to you. How much time do you spend on your business that actually makes you money, the parts that make you money? When I first asked myself that question, it frightened the crap out of me. Now see if you can relate to this. I used to spend probably over 60% of my time buying and learning. That's constantly sucking in more information until my head was nearly ready to explode. Nearly 25% of my time was completely wasted in a distraction mode. And by that I mean Facebook, Twitter, email, all these things suck the time out of your day. It's a scary stat. The truth is that only 10 to 15% of my time was actually spent implementing stuff that I'd learned. And even then, most of that was setting up blogs, writing articles, and downloading software. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be learning, of course you should, but the percentage rate that you do it should be reversed. It should not be such high, what I was doing was quite clearly wrong there. 10 to 15% of my time actually working on things that were going to try and make money. And even in that case, a lot of that was not actually doing things that were constructive. Of course, we need to spend time on setting blogs up and writing articles and downloading software, but it shouldn't be, the percentages should be different than this. So I'm going to sort of explain this as we go along. People do this all the time. It's not, I wasn't unique. You might be doing this right now, especially the people that are in the middle phases. They're constantly messing with blogs, buying stuff, and always learning. If you went to work and operated under these stats, how long before you got fired? The chances are you wouldn't survive very long in your job. So why do it in your own business? How much more productive would you become by simply turning those numbers around? i.e., spending 80% of your time working on your business. What is the secret code that makes successful people really successful? Well, one part of it is that they spend most of their time working in those areas that make money. They work on creativity and products. If you spent your day doing that, if you spent your day, 80% of your day, 60% of your day working on creating a product, how much more successful would you instantly become? Conversions. This is another key area to this kind of secret code thing. People do this all the. How much time do you spend reading copy, writing books? I almost never bothered with learning copy. Not in the beginning, in my early days when I was online. That sucks, because imagine this. You find a profitable niche where buyers come back time and time again. So you've done your research, that's worked. You set up an offer on a squeeze page or a blog. Now you spend the next few months or the next few weeks or the next few hours writing articles to drive traffic. All that work could be for nothing if it does not convert. It's the same if you're using paid traffic, it's just that you get to find out much quicker. Now, when you first start online, kind of conversions, they're kind of like a mystery sort of thing that's in the background, and you think, oh well, I'll get round to doing that as I learn more and more things. But you know what? It's one of the most important parts of it, and you need to get onto it now. Then you have the problem with affiliates. Nobody will stay around long promoting your products if the conversion rate sucks. In fact, you won't get the big affiliates joining in at all because they look at the conversion rates. If you've put a product up on the Warrior Forum or JVZoo or one of the other selling platforms, there are stats there for them to look at. If they see those stats are very poor, i.e. the traffic that's gone to it hasn't converted very well, They just won't bother to jump on board because all they're interested in doing is making money. And if they see that they can't drive traffic to that product because the conversion rate is poor, then it's no interest to them at all. It doesn't actually matter how good or bad the product is, which is a funny thing to say, but it's the truth. It's a sad fact that most people stuck in the middle phases throw up some kind of copy in a single day and then forget it. You have to get out of that 10-minute squeeze page, 2-minute email syndrome. If you've built a mailing list, if you've built, it doesn't matter if it's 10 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers, if you've taken the time to get them and they've made the efforts and joined you, when you write to them, you should be writing to them with thoughts. You should be writing and connecting with these people. You should be triggering their emotions. You should be you have to take time to write something that they are going to be interested in and want to come back to and open your emails time and time again. A 2-minute email just copied and pasted and thrown in just doesn't do it. It's the same with the conversion on the squeeze page. These are all about conversions. You have to work in these areas. Do you think 6 or 7 figure earners really do that? No, of course they don't. They tweak everything. They split test the hell out of everything they do. There is no quick fix to this. Just get your stuff out there and keep testing. Don't worry about getting things perfect. Don't, just get your products out there. Create something, get it out there. It can be less than perfect. There is no problem with that. Because what you're going to do is you're going to work on those conversions. You're going to keep testing things and tweaking things and changing as it goes along. But get over that first barrier, get something out there. Nearly everything that converts well will follow a set, tried and tested pattern. This is just true. Things do change. Squeeze pages have changed an awful lot. But the bottom line is that you can still see what's going to work and what isn't. Start studying sales pages on places like the Warrior Forum and ClickBank and JVZoo and picking apart sales videos. Start to understand what they're doing. Copy is about solving problems and meeting people's desires. You have to understand this. It's very important. People tend to buy from people who they like and trust. So your intention is to attract people like yourself. You can never, ever connect with everyone, no matter how honest and upfront you are. Better than to be yourself and connect with like-minded people, because they are the people that will learn from you and will have this, the connection will be there, so therefore they're more likely to buy from you. And after all, we're in this business to make money. Successful marketers understand this, and you will not find many that hide behind false names. However, you find quite a few people in doing the opposite of that in the lower phases, who prefer to be undercover. I don't like that myself. There's nothing wrong in actually doing it, but if you're upfront with everyone and honest, why would you want to? I think it's a real strange way of doing things. So what are the key things that separate a low phase marketer from a higher one? Well, a 6-figure income earner will not let barriers stand in the way. I know it's easy to read this and say, I know all about having to take action, but in truth, do you really actually do it? Are you actually fundamentally every day taking action in the part of your business that makes money? Are you creating products? Are you working on sales funnels? Are you doing stuff like that to drive traffic to something that's actually a proper product or a squeeze page? Because that's a product in itself. A successful marketer spends more time in that area that really makes money all the time. Like creating products and tweaking copy, I've just obviously said that. You make more money by selling more products, so get those products out there and keep testing the copy, fine-tuning it to perfection. What would your business be like now if you spent 80% of your online time in the right areas? Well, I can tell you right now, because I've done it, and it transforms things. You won't look back. You're breaking and smashing through barriers all the time if you do that. One other thing that I've noticed time and time again is just how much self-belief that most top earners have. It's painfully obvious to me that you cannot afford to let doubt stand in the way of your own goals. Never talk about negativity, and always try and surround yourself with positive people. It seems like we're moving away from what we originally started out to talk about on this presentation, but it's not. It's all linked. The fact that You surround yourself with positivity. Helps you feel positive. Helps you open up doors that probably you wouldn't have seen before. Walk and talk like a successful person. Yes, we're really going back to that point about self-belief, and it really, really is important. I know by listening to this short presentation, or actually quite a long one if you listen to the first video, which you should have done, you should be able to identify where you are in your own business. And I think that is so important because you can see which phase you're in, and if you know what phase you're in, you have a roadmap in front of you then. And this will help you move forward to the next phase without doubt. Sometimes it can be frightening to have to change the way you behave within your business. I know it was for me. I kind of like shocked myself when I first realized that how much time I was wasting in the wrong areas. You know, you open up the email, read that, go onto Facebook, check something on Facebook, and now sometimes you are socially networking with other marketers and things, and you think you're being positive, but at the end of the day, you suddenly look back and think, what actually have I done? And you've done very little, so you've got to limit your time in those areas and work on things that actually make you money. Say to yourself, what I'm doing now, is this going to lead to me earning some money? And so if you're not working on subscribers, building subscribers with your squeeze page, etc., on the offers, on the thank you pages and things like that, then you should be working on a product that you can offer your subscribers or the affiliated market. But you're struggling to get out of the earlier phases, then sometimes a complete overhaul is going to be necessary. You can do it. I did it, and countless other people have done it. In fact, everybody who has got into the top marketing slots, if you like, the top 5%, they've all done it as well. So I hope you've got some benefits from going through this. I'm sure if you go through this a couple of times, you'll kind of pick up on the message I'm trying to get to you through this. I did call it a secret code. I guess it's not really a secret because it's all out there, but you don't often hear people talking about it. So I hope that you've got something from this. And please ask us any questions you want. We're always there for you. Thank you for listening.